Welcome to Vysh IAS. So we'll be continuing with the Plums series of Polity Governance and Schemes today. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing this channel so that you will be getting daily free updates on UPSC. And if you're looking for a good quality test series, then you can contact the number which is given on the screen 7200681675. Let's move on to the first question. The first question reads, with reference to India, consider the following statements. The first statement says, there is no provision in the Constitution of India to encourage equal pay for equal work for both men and women. And the second statement reads, the Constitution of India does not define backward classes. Okay, earlier also we have done this model of questions. Okay, what I have told, whenever there is a statement like mentioned, defined, the Constitution mentions certain thing or defines certain thing, in that cases you can go for marking the statement as wrong only. Okay, so most of the cases, most of the terms would not be mentioned or defined in the Constitution. Even if it's mentioned, rarely only some terms will be defined in the Constitution. So most of the cases you can go with wrong. And what you have to take care in this matter, whatever terms is defined in the Constitution, that you have to make a list and revise it again and again. Okay, so that will be more handy for you. Okay, so here the second statement is correct. Okay, logically it has to be correct. And come to the first statement, although this is an extreme statement, it is telling like there is no provision in the Constitution of India. Okay, so if you are someone who is lagging in the first part of polity, the DPSP, fundamental rights, that portion, no, the portions coming before the parliament. Okay, so please prepare that portion well. You will get one question from that area. So if you see the first statement, you can see that in directive principles of state policy, there is a provision for encouraging equal pay for equal work, and the article number is article 39D. Okay, so the first statement is wrong. So the correct answer comes out to be 2 only, option B. Now come to the next question. What does the 104th Constitutional Amendment Bill relate to? And there are 4 options given in the slide. Okay, so this question area is also important. The important amendments being done to the Constitution and which is the number of the bill. Okay, whether if this is 104th Constitutional Amendment Bill, it need not be necessarily 104th Constitutional Amendment Act, because all bills are not converting into acts. Okay, that you have to take care. So please read the question carefully, whether it is bill or act. Okay, and you have to mark your option accordingly. You need not learn all the Constitutional Amendment Act. Whatever is important from the exam point of view, like important amendments, okay, that you have to be aware of. Okay, so in this question, this is a fairly important amendment, 104th Constitutional Amendment Bill. It is relating to the provision of quota to socially and educationally backward classes in private educational institutions. So essentially this is talking about the reservation system in India. Okay, so the correct answer comes out to be C. Quite a factual question. And what you can do is you can Google, or you can please go and check what is the corresponding Constitutional Amendment Act number. Okay, so this is the 104th Amendment Bill. So you have to check whether you have to check what is the amendment number of this act. Okay, so that is your homework for today. Okay, so come to the next question. Which one among the following commissions was set up in pursuance of a definite provision under an article of the Constitution of India? Okay, these type of questions are also frequent in exam. Okay, and many students will go wrong in this kind of questions. So here the question, please read the question carefully. What is that institution which was set up under the definite provision under a Constitution of India? So in Constitution there is an article mentioned. So under that article it was said you have to set up this Constitution, you have to set up this institution. So accordingly that institution was set up. Okay, so which is that institution? So here the correct answer comes out to be C, Election Commission. Okay, so the article number 324, it is telling article 324, it provides the power of superintendence, direction and control of elections to parliament, state legislatures, then president of India, vice president, etc. It shall be vested in the Election Commission. And at that time Election Commission was not in force, and due to this article this particular institution came into force in India. Okay, so that is the model of questions. So see, constitutional bodies and non-constitutional bodies, that is fairly important area in UPSC, and questions can be asked in this manner also. The other way, they'll be giving certain statements telling about who is the chairman of this commission and how many members are there. Like that, they'll be giving 3 or 4 statements. Other than that, this is also a pattern through which questions can be framed based on this topic. Okay, now come to the next question. The office of the whip is mentioned in the Constitution of India. Okay, sorry, the office of the whip is mentioned in, this is options: A, Constitution of India; B, rules of the House; C, in a separate parliamentary statute; and D, none. So this office, these are gray areas. Okay, some portions people will be neglecting. Whip, it is not important and they will neglect, and UPSC is going to pick up that question and ask a simple question like this. Okay, so all those gray areas, please go and check, and the best time for this is this time only. Through the April and May. Okay, around April May time you can revise this gray area so that it will be stuck in your mind. Okay, so here the office of whip, it is mentioned in none. The correct answer is none. It is not mentioned anywhere. It is a parliamentary convention. Since we have borrowed the parliamentary system from Britain, we are following this particular office of whip. And please go and make a notes on this whip. Okay, what is the duty of the whip, what is the mandate, and what is the role of the whip, how it is maintaining the stability of the house. All those things you can mention, you can go and refer and make notes of it. Okay, now come to the next question. With reference to the Lok Adalats, consider the following statements. An award made by the Lok Adalat is deemed to be a decree of civil court and no appeal lies against thereto before any court. And the second statement reads, matrimonial or family dispute are not covered under Lok Adalat. This is the standard way through which UPSC is going to frame a question based on any institution, any body or institution. This is the standard way they're going to frame. Maybe they can give 3 or more statement also. Okay, here it's a typical 2 statement kind of question asking about the simple details. What is the jurisdiction, and what is the mandate, what is the power of that particular body. So the first statement, it is correct. Okay, if you can revise, if you can recollect, Lok Adalat, it is a form of alternative dispute resolution to make the justice easier, to make the justice affordable to the downtrodden communities. Okay, so it possesses the decree of a civil court and no appeal lies. Okay, why there is no appeal? Because the proceedings itself will be happening based on the consensus. Okay, we are only going to the Lok Adalat, and so we are making the judgments, so no appeal is going to lie against it. Okay, so this is correct statement. Although it's an extreme statement, it is correct. That's why I always keep on telling whatever extreme statements are correct from the standard point of view. Whatever is a universal fact, whatever is a standard fact covered in your standard textbook and NCRTs, those extreme statements you should be very aware and you should be very familiarized with it. Okay, so first statement is correct. Come to the second statement. Matrimonial or family dispute are not covered under Lok Adalat. No, you have to learn about the jurisdiction and the area, the subject matters under which these bodies can jurisdicate. Okay, in with respect to this jurisdiction. Okay, Lok Adalat, what are the areas in which this can make judgments. And coming to the next constitutional bodies, there are bodies like Human Rights Commission, then State Public Service Commission. All those bodies are having certain areas within which it can operate. Those areas you should be aware of. Okay, that is called jurisdiction in terms of subject matters. Okay, so in this case, matrimonial family dispute is, it's covered. Logically thinking also it's correct. Okay, because these bodies, this Lok Adalat itself is for decentralized justice. So when we are talking about decentralized justice, obviously these family dispute, matrimonial dispute, etc. are ought to be covered. Okay, this is something which is desirable. So second statement should not be correct. It has to be covered. Okay, matrimonial family dispute are to be covered. So second is not correct. So the correct answer comes out to be 1 only, A. That's the end of today's session. So we'll meet in the next week in the next episode. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.